King's Indian Defense, Fianchetto, Karlsbad, Uhlmann-Szabo system. Sudden a close game that was lost by a mistake. White really outplayed black in that one. The opening was balanced. That was a well-fought middle game that white got the better of. White outmaneuvered black in the endgame. Opening with the queen's pawn. The Indian game begins by controlling the important e4 square with the knight, rather than a pawn. By taking control of the crucial d5 square and creating a space on which the knight can move to c3 without obstructing the c-pawn, move c4 helps to create a strong center. With the help of the King's Indian defense, white can get ready to develop the bishop to g7 and create a powerful center that black will later try to damage. The light-squared bishop is getting ready to be fianchetto on g2, where it will be positioned on the long diagonal. Fianchetto move bg7 places the bishop on the long diagonal. Fianchetto move bg2 places the bishop on the long diagonal. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. The bishop is prepared to grow into a functional square. By doing this, a knight moves out of its beginning square and into the action. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling to the same side of the board as the opponent avoids some of the attacking associated with opposite side castling. This hits in the middle and prevents the opponent from gaining ground. It is a fair deal after all captures. Backs off. This pins a knight, which restricts its mobility. This threatens to win a pawn. This develops a bishop off its starting square, getting it into the action. It is the last book move. A pawn is therefore left defenseless. It is incorrect. This overlooks an opportunity to capture a free pawn. This allows the opponent to take an open file with a rook. It is an inaccuracy. Now that the rook is on an open file, it is easier to control squares all over the board. It is ideal. This misses a chance to contest the opponent's rook for the open file. It is incorrect. This threatens to win material. This allows the opponent to kick a bishop. It is a mistake. This strikes a rival knight. It is quite good. This exposes a pawn attack. It is ideal. This misses a chance to protect a pawn that was being attacked. It is incorrect. This suggests exchanging items of equivalent value. It is ideal. This exchange is fair. It is ideal. Recaptures. It is ideal. A pawn that was being attacked and had no defenses is now protected by this. That's good. This loses a chance to imply that winning a pawn is possible. It is incorrect. This misses a better way to add a defender to a vulnerable pawn. This allows the opponent to kick a knight. It is a mistake. Backs off. It is ideal. The knight is now on a square that is more secure. It is quite good. This seizes a helpless pawn. It is ideal. This strikes the rival queen. It is ideal. The queen is now on a square that is more secure. It is ideal. This connects the rooks, which helps them coordinate together in the future. This threatens to fork pieces. It is good. By posing a threat to a queen and compelling it to flee, this wins a tempo. It is ideal. The queen is therefore moved to safety. It is ideal. This provides an equal exchange of parts. It is ideal. This provides a free pawn. It is incorrect. This misses a chance to seize a free pawn. It is incorrect. Recaptures. It is ideal. The queen is now on a square that is more secure. This poses the risk of producing a passed pawn. It is quite good. This defends the attacked pawn. It is best. The pawn is now in a safe position. It is ideal. Now that the rooks can see one another, they can defend one another. It is quite good. It's all right. That's good. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. A powerful play. It is quite good. That's a decent move. That's good. By moving a rook from its starting square, this activates it. That's good. It's alright. That's good. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. Among the best actions. It is quite good. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. That's a decent move. That's good. It's alright. That's good. That leaves a pawn vulnerable to being captured. This allows the opponent to reveal an attack on a rook. It is a mistake. That pawn's capture grants you material. It is ideal. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. Backs off. It is ideal. From a prior move, recaptures. It is ideal. Recaptures. It is ideal. Backs off. It is ideal. Recaptures. White is ahead at this point in the endgame. It is ideal. In the endgame, an active king is essential, and removing it from the rear rank is the first step. That's good. Very precise. It is best. A pawn that was being attacked and had no defenses is now protected by this. It is quite good. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. This suggests exchanging items of equivalent value. It is quite good. So, the attacked pawn is protected. It is quite good. The pawn is now on a square that is safer. It is quite good. This shifts the bishop to a square with more activity, giving it greater scope. It is ideal. That is a logical response. It is quite good. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. This avoids the bishop's check. It is ideal. A wise decision. It is quite good. A powerful play. It is quite good. In the endgame, an active king is essential, and removing it from the rear rank is the first step. It is quite good. This keeps the material balance in check with good commerce. It is quite good. Backs off. It is ideal. Among the best actions. It is quite good. The pawn is now in a safe position. It is ideal. It is a fair deal after all captures. It is ideal. Recaptures. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. It is best. Sudden a close game that was lost by a mistake. White really outplayed black in that one. The opening was balanced. That was a well-fought middle game that white got the better of. White outmaneuvered black in the endgame.